An article, U.S. blunder that led India to join war on terror in Afghanistan, which turned into conspiracies, costing millions of lives, by Ehsan Sehgal. One may consider the conspiracies of the intelligence agencies of the world that had been involved in Afghanistan, resulted in a failure. In this context, when one realizes the facts, stays in doubt that the war was necessary than the other options. Digging into the Afghan war on terror history, it pictures the conspiracies of strategic motives and control of that part of the world. To kill Osama bin Laden, the figure that the White House had created and supported, to achieve its war against the former Soviet Union. A plan, which approved by the former CIA Director Leon Panetta and Chairman, Joint Chief of Staff Admiral Mike Mullen, ended silently within an hour. Admiral Mullen had prepared the plan, with 2 Black Hawks and 2 Chinook helicopters, which flew from the American Air Base, in Jalalabad, Afghanistan. The helicopters flew over Kabul, and Chakraba, and in 10 minutes successfully entered the sovereignty of Pakistan on May 1, 2011, and targeted the compound, where Osama bin Laden with his family had a safe refuge, for several years. It is a serious question that, how it was possible, Osama managed to live in the heart of Army Officers Training Center. According to the sources that, before the action, American jets began spy flights to Afghan boundaries, and then the 4 helicopters flew over Kabul and came to Chakraba. From there to the Kendra Hassanzai village in Dhaka. 2 helicopters stayed there. Whereas, 2 helicopters reached Bail Colony, Abbottabad, Pakistan, in 30 minutes, with commando rope, dividing into 2 parts, entered to Osama bin Laden's house. Osama bin Laden picked up a Kalashnikov and triggered a hand grenade towards the closet commandos. Osama hit at them, more than a half hour. However, commandos killed Osama bin Laden, and they confirmed his death. They took into custody all books and CDs and other material and returned to Afghanistan. In the meantime, 1 of 6 helicopters collapsed, with the house's boundary wall. Consequently, local population awoke and gathered around the compound and became aware of that an operation was going on. People ran back, with the fear, whereas, commandos managed to escape. In the compound were other bodies too, while the commandos took the Osama's body, with them. A lieutenant's colonel reported on the phone to the Chief of Army Staff General Ashfaq Parvez Kayani. The Army Chief called Air Chief, and Air Chief issued a high alert, but American helicopters had returned to Jalalabad by refining in Dhaka during the period. Army Chief informed the Prime Minister and the Secretary of State at night, and President Asif Ali Zardari, in the morning, after Michael Mullen called on General Kayani and confirmed the operation. This 36 minutes operation became defamation, for Pakistan, in the entire world, and its reasons were the 4 terrible blunders of the security system of Pakistan that came in front of the world. The first error was that world's most wanted person, hiding in the sensitive area of Pakistan, for 8 years. During that period, weddings, celebrations, and children birth remained full of life, and no institution of Pakistan became aware of that. American helicopters came from Afghanistan to Pakistan, operated and settled safely in the continuous area that one could not understand. Even Pakistani people and forces might have been unaware if Mike Mullen didn't phone of this operation. The third error, Pakistan Air Force could not fly F-16 aircraft until and after 43 minutes, and the fourth error was the PAF system could not detect the U.S. helicopters. One cannot imagine that American came, operated and returned safely. Pakistan's sensitive institutions realized the U.S. had the help of any government or semi-governmental organization, otherwise, it was not possible, without helping. It was a grave conspiracy against the state and the nation. Why came this question, in the minds of people? It had many reasons. For example, as Abbottabad is far away and hard to enter from there into Afghanistan, Therefore, the operation here was impossible, without the complete facilities, and support of the trusted figures. The difficulty was branches of high trees, which were coming in the way of helicopters before the operation. As a fact, the American helicopters refueled in Koladaka. As a strategical, that arrangement was not even easy for the helicopters, without high-level consent, and no one could figure out why the electric system was shut down that night, during the operation, and who one's order. Such questions remained important. If Pakistani institutions began to find answers to these questions, two names came out. The first person was Sheikh Afridi, who severed, as a medical in charge, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He got Osama bin Laden's DNA example, which confirmed the presence of the Taliban. Americans had killed the Taliban, in Bail colony. The second name, was Pakistan's ambassador, to the U.S., Hussein Haqqani. He was working in the U.S. while also working in institutions of America and think tank, used CIA funding. In April 2008, on American wishes, the President Asif Ali Zardari appointed Hussein Haqqani as an ambassador in the USA. Hussein was also considered to be the creator of the anti-Pakistan bill Kerry-Lugar bill. He was very close to Asif Ali Zardari and CIA. He has direct contact with the President and also with the Director of CIA, Leon Panetta. The U.S. Embassy in Pakistan played a key role in this connection. Pakistan's security and intelligence figures became suspicious about the role of Hussein Haqqani and moved to investigate, under the supervision of a military attaché in Pakistan embassy in the USA, who revealed the grave conspiracies, which reached and ended on the Mimigate scandal. Despite such bitter and unwanted consequences, involving both civil and military high-level figures, with the collaboration of USA motives holders, the White House adopted a way of blunder and the big mistake that it lets India, the old foe of Pakistan, to join the terror war in Afghanistan. As a result, India, and Pakistan involved in conspiracies that caused significant damage to lives, and resources of both countries. One may not reject the atrocity, and support terrorist groups in Pakistan and India, fooling the U.S., for war on terror. As a fact, India and Pakistan misused the war on terror in Afghanistan, supporting, hiring, and financing the terror groups that committed terror attacks in the cities of both countries, which became the routine of target killing every day, especially in Karachi, and other cities, to harass the people of Pakistan. In this regard, India adopted the wide-scale motives, to convince the people, who were bitter, and against the Pakistan armed forces and ISI conduct upon its people. It is not the blame, it is an open reality that I experienced in a way, when an Indian diplomat, having the status of the first secretary in Indian Embassy, in The Hague, Netherlands, asked me some information. Not only this, one professor and military attaché also met me, for such purpose that later happened in Karachi every day. On November 20, 2012, I wrote a letter about this attempt and sent to the Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry and Chief of Army Staff General Parvez Kayani. Donald Trump entered the White House in a situation that the former presidents had waived, for the dirtiest conspiracies in the world, for the sake of global peace, conversely, supporting and funding to destroy the peace efforts initiated by peaceful nations. Such policies had the wide-scale support of American politicians, and even media tricks endorsed that, indeed, Trump has to succeed a difficult task and challenge. One should not analyze the bitter critic of Trump, on the American media, as nonsense since he is right, in many ways, at this point. Trump has to clean, not only the dirt of the White House. He also has to realize the facts of the history within the context of Soviet-Afghan War, Iran-Iraq War, invasion of Iraq and war in Afghanistan, with the label of the war on terror that caused the millions of deaths of lives and resources of several countries. The world focuses on the Trump administration and policies that would execute a way of peace or a worse scenario than former presidents of the US adopted,